I'm with you.
Clark Lea's like Vanderbilt football coach. Clark Lea joins us now. You're probably thinking, man, I really need that extra day. Get ready. Maybe you don't. I don't know. What's up, Coach?
How we doing, guys? It feels like Thursday to me, too. We're in game week. We started prep on Monday, so I'm a day ahead right now, and I'm right there with you.
What kinds of things do you guys do to combat the heat, man? I mean, it just hit us this week hard.
Well, it's what you want to do. You don't want to deplete your energy systems, right? We've just put the team through training camp. Anymore, there's no longer this like kind of junction boys approach to training. I mean, we have these guys pretty much year round, and so we keep them in a decent physical condition. I do think you have to acclimatize to wearing pads and playing football, but
yeah,
we paid attention all camp not to run them too hot. Obviously the last week leading up to the game, you're focused on letting them get their legs back and their bodies back recovered. And then I think because the heat, to the end of this week and to game time, you have to spend some time in the elements too, right? You want them to feel like it's not a shock to their systems when they're out in it for a while. So we've been splitting time between the indoor and outdoor and just, trying to get in it, but also being conscious of not spending too much time out there to deplete the energy systems.
Well, Coach, I pulled an old quote, not an old quote, but a quote from kind of the summer from you where you said it's not about showing up anymore. It's not about having positive energy. We've demonstrated that. It's now about how we become dangerous as a football team. What is the transition for you guys as you kind of enter year 3 here?
Yeah, I mean, I think the idea is that this is about playing to an identity and having a strategy that we week in, week out, that we lean on, and we play a brand of football, a style of football, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter who we're playing, no matter how we feel. Like, what you're going to get when Vanderbilt football shows up, and that's been really a focus of ours since January. When we did a kind of after action from the season last fall, just recognizing obviously moments where we showed improvement, but also moments where we just lacked like the foundation, the competitive identity. There were a lot of things that we're proud of, but also a lot of things that we saw as areas that we needed to cover ground. And so we've done that now for, we've preached it, we've actualized it, we've kept it in front of us for 8 months now, and it's time for us to take it to the test in game day. And I'm excited for that. I think anytime you talk about college football, there's the element of the unknown and in the first game. And so it will be imperfect, and we'll have a better gauge of where we are and where we need to go coming out of the game. But certainly I'm excited to see all the work that we put in on display Saturday night.
Vanderbilt football coach Clark Lea joins us. Hawaii at Vanderbilt, 6:30 on the SEC Network on Saturday.
Coach Lea, my man.
All right, here we go.
I'm just saying, man. I always love to talk to you. Shoot the breeze with my guy, especially when
Well, let me.
What?
I know what this is about. This has to be about the Pro Con NBA game.
I'm just saying it did happen.
I want you to know, Ron, here's what I want you to know, and this is honest to God's truth. You can ask anybody. That that Saturday we had a team meeting, and I put the first slide up there was the score of the game and a picture of Pro Con celebrating. And I said, hey, we got to take ownership. When when the results don't go our way, we take ownership. So I gave some credit. We still have Wes Schelling on the team. He's a proud Firebird. So we showed some love.
I appreciate that. I appreciate. You don't even want to let me get into my back and forth banter. That's you.
No, he
getting
cut you
ahead
off.
of it. Yeah.
He cut you off.
He knows me.
Yeah, I knew where that was going.
But you got guys, man. You talking about young guys coming in and stepping up, man. You gotta fill me in on that wide receiver room. You got depth. You got experience right there. You got a leader in Shepard. Like, what are guys like Junior Sherrill? What are they gonna be able to bring to this room, and can they come along with the expectations that have been set from last year?
Yeah, boy, this is a place where I'm really excited, and I think it's not just. I mean, we return guys, right? Shep is a better player right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've watched him in fall continue to mature and grow. I think he's really comfortable with the program, what our expectations are. And you said leadership, and I think that's exactly what he's done. He's grown comfortable being a mentor and being a guide on the field, and investing in his teammates. Quincy Skinner's a guy that had moments last year where he made big plays, had a couple touchdowns against South Carolina, had a huge catch against Kentucky on 4th and 11. And he started the year last year. He was banged up with a hamstring, and he's had a great camp. I'm excited for him to be out there. Gamarion Carter is obviously his moment last year came when he took the hitch for 80 yards against Missouri to get us within one score. He's a guy that we're excited about to see play. And then Jaden McGowan in the slot flashed for us last year. And again, I see it's just like anything. He was a true freshman a year ago, and every day I felt like I needed to check on him because it's a lot. I mean, the schedule, the grind, a high school player adjusting to it's a lot. But he, right now he's in such a rhythm and just seems to have such a spring in a step and an energy about him that I'm excited for him as well. And so that group kind of sets the tone for us in terms of playmakers returning. And then there's two guys that are true freshmen that will be on the field and we'll have plays for, and that's
right.
Junior Sherrill and London Humphreys. Both those guys, local kids who have been so impressive in their approach. And, there's an element of this, Ron, where it's going to be we have to design and match their skills and create opportunities for all these guys to get their touches and to be featured. But those are good problems to have. Like those are the problems you want to be solving as a coach. It's a big part of kind of the excitement around, game day is just seeing all these guys surrounding AJ, who we know is a very capable quarterback. And, let's see how the magic all comes together.
You mentioned one CPA guy, and I can't wait to watch London Humphreys and what he'll be able to bring to you. My kids go to CPA, so I've seen basically all of his high school games. Just a great kid and will be a great player. But defensively, another CPA guy, Kane Patterson, returns as a leader at inside linebacker. What does he offer you?
Well, he offers us a brother in Langston, too, that, becomes a pretty – we got like that was another game, Ron, that BA and CPA, we had an army of guys out there and support. But, no, Kane's development has been really impressive. He was a guy that I thought a year ago he's always been a steady leader for us, a steady presence, a hard worker. He's now earned a role as a captain in this program, which is such an impressive thing to do as a transfer. Really a good connector with his teammates. But he's grown and evolved in his game too. And we run a system on defense that asks a lot of the second level. That was kind of that's where I cut my teeth as a coach. And so I got used to what the system asks of those guys, and it's a little different. We're not just hunting and pecking the ball. Like they have very specific assignments and specific reads. And I think last year he was feeling his way a little bit, and so at times when you start chasing the ball around the field as a spectator, what that looks like is just there's a lot of space for the ball, and so tackles are you're dragging a guy down, or it's a 4-yard gain where they just create a little space, and what could have been a tackle for loss became they're on second and on schedule. Now what I see Kane doing is executing the defense. He's comfortable. He's taking angles. He's playing as one of 11 really well, and that's going to both strengthen his performance in production, but also strengthen the other 10 players on the field. And Langston too. Just while I'm on the Patterson family, I mean, Langston, Ethan Barr was out for the majority of camp with a hamstring, and Langston really stepped up and showed flashes of really strong play. He'll be out there for us too. And I'm excited to watch him get after it also.
Well, they've got 2 more coming up, so I know you know that.
Get the whole fam.
They got twins coming up.
I don't know how far I can talk about this just by nature of the recruiting rules, but I am aware of the duo that's up and coming.
Yeah, that's probably safe there. What about your safeties, man? I saw the tweet, the Senior Bowl watch list with obviously Will Shepherd at wide receiver, but then DeRicky Wright and Jalen Mahoney at safety. Man, those are good players.
We feel that way. You know, I think both of them are guys that they have such potential. They both really love football, and Jalen Mahoney specifically, I mean, I think is a guy that played corner, played nickel. You know, we played him at safety a year ago, and this is the first time he's returned to the same coordinator in the same position since he's been here. So think about that. I mean, that's incredible. And so he's got comfort back there. He's tough. He's physical. He can cover, obviously, playing corner and nickel. And so I'm just, again, I want him to, I've got the highest hopes for this season. He's earned the right to be out there. And we believe that he's, you know, of top quality in our conference. DeRicky Wright has the physical tools and the physical gifts, and he's really matured just as a person. It's been fun to watch, and, you know, to be with him on this journey. And, you know, this is a 230-pound safety that runs sub 4.5, and I mean, he has it. So now let's see it come together where he's, you know, covering the spaces and again, really confident in what he's doing on the field. And you know, he can be a game changer for us. And the third guy in that room that's really stood out, you know, we've had strong play from you know, Marlon Sewell and John House through camp, but just kind of a young up-and-comer, Savion Riley, has really emerged through camp as a guy that's going to make a difference for us too. So, you know, we're in a much better place than we were even a year ago in that room. I think just through development and the addition of some guys, we feel like, you know, we're starting to look like we want to look on the back end.
Vanderbilt football coach Clark Lea with us on 3HL.
Man, you're starting to see results, and I know you got game coming up, man, but how proud are you of a guy like Anthony Orji and what he's been able to do, man, being able to start that lineage going to the league?
Yeah, very. I mean, I watch all his games, whether it's, you know, if I can get it live or on, you know, when they replay it. It's fun to see him out there. Smart, tough, you know, skilled football player who has a chance to have a long career, and I'm sure they're enjoying him down in New Orleans. You know, another guy too that we've been so pleased for in this early on is Jeremy Lucien, who's had a great run with the Ravens as an undrafted guy. That we saw such potential in him, and you know, we're excited for the success he's having. But ultimately, that's what we want this program to be. I mean, this is about developing NFL players here. So we don't back down from that. And, you know, we're not a place that we don't have to go over the top in selling holistic development, because when you step on this campus, you know, you're coming here for all of it, right? It's kind of baked into the nature of the decision for a young person. But what this program can be is a conduit to the skills and the mindset that it takes to play at the highest level. And that's what, you know, that's what we're out here to do. And so anytime you see that guys getting that experience, and this is kind of the first wave that we're able to send up there, you know, the guys having success, it's exciting for us, and we want more of it, right? I want to see Vanderbilt's name called in the draft, and I want to see guys going on to have long careers. And then beyond that, what a Vanderbilt man does is it launches into impact in communities after that career. You know, that's the vision of the program.
Vanderbilt hosting Hawaii, 6:30 over at Vanderbilt Stadium, and you can be there. Clark Lea, Vanderbilt football coach, appreciate it, man. Good luck this weekend.
Take care, guys. Look forward to talking again.
Five birds.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate you.
He just
My
shakes
man.
his head at
He
you,
know-
Slay.
That is
He's
the
like
first-
that guy.
That is the first time you've mentioned that
I've been
this week.
waiting. I've been waiting on it.
No,
I've
I
been
saw
waiting.
it too. It was
Yeah.
like he was twitching because he couldn't wait to say something to Coach.
Couldn't wait, baby. That's right.